Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, Habibis. Love and respect to every single one of you guys. The international break is finally over. I'm so bored. You guys have no idea. Thank God we had the Sweden-Kosovo thing. Thank God we had the Sweden versus Slovenia thing. You get me? Because other than that, bro, this is the most ass international break ever. I only have one live stream today. You get me? So this is going to be the live stream. So big up everyone who turns up. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Big up to all of you guys. You're all legends. Joining me first and foremost, replacing Charlie this week, the man who is surfing in the winter. How you doing, Andy?
Hello. I hope everyone's good. Yeah, I think this has been the worst, by far the worst international break I've ever experienced in my life. I think now they should put end the transfer window during the international break. Now to make it just to make it. Do you know what I mean? Just to make it.
So we can get like transfer deadline day or some shit.
I mean, I was hyped. I was actually hyped this week when Forest sacked Nuno because there was something to talk about. I was like, yes, give me 24 hours.
Then it was funny seeing Wolfie do the biggest 180 on the Ange Postecoglou. Ange Postecoglou, whatever. However it's
faces. He's got more than two faces, that Wolfie guy, man. He's got more than two faces.
Yeah. High line for life.
Yeah, high line for life. But, you know, at least he's got his interview voice on the Fox Sports News or whatever.
True. 1,000,000% Arsenal will beat Liverpool was a statement. You get me before that. That didn't happen. Does Mr. Postecoglou have a new manager bounce against Arsenal? We're going to ask him this question. How are you doing, Dawood, brother?
Good. 1,000,000% England will qualify for the World Cup. That's
wow. That's such an edgy opinion, bro. Who would have thought?
At least I've got something right. 1,000,000%. For me, I kind of enjoy international break. It's a better time of football, not football, but from Arsenal, from that shameful performance against Liverpool, where I can just watch England perform well, watch some of my Arsenal players. I had 4 Arsenal players starting in the first game in Declan Rice, Madueke, Eze, and I'm missing one other bit, Lewis Skelly. So it was actually pretty good for me. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Serbia game.
To be fair, England did destroy Serbia. I won't even lie.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying that's going to be our toughest game, but gone out there, won 5-0. Great performance. Three players scoring their first goal for England. You know, so big up to everyone. Jed Spence, first Muslim guy to ever make his appearance for England, and you know, it's pretty decent international break for me. Back to Arsenal on Saturday, and we'll see what happens.
Staffy is not on his chair, so I don't know if I should introduce him or khalas, when he's back I'll introduce him, but he ain't on his chair yet, so he might be just getting ready or something, but he is here. LB will be joining us literally in 1 minute, not 1 hour like last week. Anyway, guys, big up to all of you guys. Like I said, 200 people in the building. Guys, we need your help during international break. You guys know how the numbers are. You guys know how the algorithms are just destroying your channel, so please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so, please. And keep getting stuck in the chat, keep getting involved. And why is everyone saying 74?
Oh, Chelsea were charged by the FA with 74 breaches of regulations.
What the hell? When did this happen?
That happened a couple of hours ago.
Today, a couple of hours
happened like at 11:30 UK time. 12 o'clock, something like that.
It's the thing that they it's the thing they reported themselves on about like a year and a half ago. It's just
115 charges, 74 charges. Knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not really news. It's just that it's just happened. That's all it is. So. Plus, they've already reported.
Fair. Okay, I'll look into it in a bit. Okay, so they're both here. Hi, Staffy. Hope you're good, brother. Pick up. You're on mute.
What intro is this?
No, but I did intro you, but then you weren't on the chair.
So why'd you intro me if I wasn't on the chair?
Because you weren't on the chair, so I don't know what to do. I was like, maybe he's getting ready.
Speak for like 2 minutes.
I was like,
just getting my tea.
Oh, fair. You're a tea person?
In the morning.
Not a coffee person?
No, I have coffee, but sometimes when I have a rough night before, day before, and I feel like cleansing my stomach, I just go for tea.
Fair. I don't remember the last time I drank tea, to be fair. That's why everyone's saying 74. Everything makes sense. Anyway, see this guy.
You don't know about the 74?
No, wallahi, I didn't. I was at the gym. I went
Yeah.
to work out. Yeah, we got an important day today. Anyway, he went bald in respect of his washed manager. He's here. Man, like LB. How you doing, LB, mate?
Yo, what's happening, boys? We're good, yeah. Got some
Yeah.
fellow cheaters on the panel. Aye,
Yeah.
go on, man.
Can you put the cheetahs together? I don't want to see. Put them
Yeah,
next
put
to
the
each other.
Oh.
cheers together, man.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah,
Here you go.
that's
See, the
good.
red cartel is on the
Blue
top.
cartel.
Here you go.
Blue
We're being
cartel.
stitched up, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's just a massive stitch up, is what it is.
We're freedom fighters. That's what we are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, against you.
Shall we start by talking about the charges then?
Yeah, sure.
Of course.
Go ahead,
Yes.
Andrew. The floor is
Yes.
yours.
So this stems from the takeover when we basically snitched on ourselves from the previous regime. I think it's from what I've read the outline. I'm not deep into. Obviously, the 74 is the big thing, but it's probably going to be like LB's 115, where like 100 of them don't really matter. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's only a few, but it's due to I think that the transfer business between 2010 and 2016, if I'm not mistaken. But like I'm already like seeing reports that we're expecting just a fine anyway, because the language, even the language that our own statement came out today was that we're something to abbreviate rise that we're like pleased that this is coming to a conclusion, which means they've got a heads up what the actual punishment is, because we've essentially said we're guilty because we snitched on ourselves. So it's not as if we're fighting any, like it's a totally different case to Man City's, because they're fighting their case. Where we can't say we're not guilty because we basically told on ourselves. So that's what the 74 is about. They haven't given in details what all the 74 charges are about. I'm sure some people are going to spend a lot of their time reading into that because they haven't got anything else in their life to do. But they're going to actually just read into that. But like I said, we don't seem to be worried because we've done this, I think, 18 months ago, maybe a bit longer or something like that. And there was reports that we already put money aside to pay any fines for this. It's not the same as what UEFA did, because that was a breach. That was a FFP, their FFP rules and stuff like that, because they don't recognise sales of hotels and women's teams that go into the finances. So it's nothing to do with a UEFA thing, and it's not the same as
I'm reading it now. Apparently, it's all under Abramovich.
Yeah, it's under Abramovich. It's not under the new regime. It's not the same as the Everton Forest thing, because that was all FFP stuff. This is a different thing. So we've got until the 19th to answer it. But from what our own statement today, I think we've accepted it. We just got to find out what the punishment is, which I think it's just going to be financial.
How can you say free Chelsea when you're charged 74 charges? That's kind of not how this works. Like, you have to free someone that's like, like is a freedom fighter or something. You can't free someone who's been charged 74 times by the FA. You fraud.
No, bro, and they self snitched. It's like me committing a crime, reporting myself to the police, then say free me. Bro, I self-reported.
What I'm more disappointed is I remember the transfer windows at the time. If we cheated, we really didn't cheat that well, because we didn't win league after league after league during that time. Do you know what I mean? So I'm pretty disappointed we didn't actually fully cheat properly. Do you know what I mean?
So this is all Abramovich era. So nothing,
yeah, we failed at cheating essentially.
This is all Abramovich era. Nothing in the Bowley era, right?
Yeah, it's nothing in the Bowley thing, but it I think because basically we like Staffy said, we snitched on ourselves. I think that and from the language that our own statement came out, I think they're pretty happy with what they've been told what the punishment will be. And I think it would, like Matt Law's come out this afternoon a few minutes ago and said it's looking more like what UEFA fined us about £8 million like a couple of months ago for the Marina Granoscova.
So it's just a good payday for the FA then. That's what
that's what they're interested in.
Yeah, they're probably going to make 10-12 million.
What are they going to do? Make a start in the FA Cup Northern section round 16 or something, the FA Cup or something like that.
Yeah, because this is an FA charge, isn't it? So the FA,
yeah.
It's not City charged by the Premier League, right?
Exactly.
By the Premier League are able to kick City out of the league.
Premier League. There is a separate. I think there's a separate Premier League one. as well.
But what can the FA do? The FA, because the FA, they don't obviously run the Premier League. The Premier League runs the Premier League.
Yeah.
So what can the FA actually do to Chelsea? Is it just a fine?
I think they could do a transfer ban.
So they could do a transfer ban, but they don't have any authority to deduct points or kick you out of the league, innit?
No, I don't believe they do. But it's like I think they'll just. I don't know what the precedence is for this.
Yeah, it says it here. I've got it here on BBC, right? So it says there are a wide range of options available, including a fine, transfer ban, or points deduction.
Oh, okay.
So it does say
I don't think I do. Yeah, it'd be weird.
Points deduction would be elite.
Yeah, of course it would be. Yeah, for everyone else, it'd be.
So it says here the deals were because when they signed Hazard, Eto'o, and Willian, obviously there was the dodgy deals. So what they
so it's taken them 12, 13 years.
Well, no.
Well, nobody knew. No one knew about it. They snitched themselves.
Reported it. Yeah, the new owners reported this.
I'm trying to educate myself more on the situation because I'm literally so unaware of what's going on. Like because of you guys like spamming 74 in the chat, I realized that Chelsea got charged. I didn't know that this thing was a thing to begin with. To be honest with you, I was literally at the gym. I was like, oh, let's go to... That's why I started the show just normally. I was like, okay, so do you think Ange is going to have a new manager bounce? And then everyone's just like 74 and shit. But this is during the Abramovich era. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, and it's also a point like they wouldn't have... FA wouldn't have known anything about this if we hadn't self-reported it. So it's not as if they were looking at us in looking at this before. So it's a self-inflicting... whatever happens, so it's not as if Chelsea it's not as if everyone today is like.
So how does this work? Because you snitched on yourself, nothing is gonna happen, or what?
Well, I think snitching ourselves, they'll try and think it's maybe they'll take some leniency on this because they're honest with themselves. The new owners have been honest about this and reported it, so maybe that'll work into it. Also, like when this was first done, there was a report that came out that we'd even set aside like funds for fines for this, so they knew that it was a possibility that after this it was going to be done. There's no way these guys haven't, like, before they even reported themselves, have gone into looking at everything. These are the king of loopholes, by the way. Do you know what I mean? So they've looked at probably everything legally that can be done before self-reporting. They're not going to self-report and then look afterwards. Do you know what I mean? So they will have hopefully made sure that they are safe no matter what it is, and probably just looking at a financial fine on it, the sanction.
That's Chelsea apparently saying as well, right? They believe there's been no sporting advantage. What do you make of that?
So buying Hazard illegally has no sporting advantage.
Well, I was looking at this.
All right, now I'm fucking pressing, mate, because for the last fucking 3 years, I've been on the back foot, So you best believe, man, I'm throwing these little bombers out here. So I would take this. What's happening, man? No sporting advantage.
Quickly, just before Andrew answers that question, shout out to Wolfie for the raid. Big up Wolfie. Thank you, Wolfie. Big up to you. Thank you for the raid.
If you look at those, the seasons in between them, we didn't actually win anything 3 of those seasons. So it's not as if we've won. Like I said, that's why I said earlier, I'm disappointed.
Signing Hazard, no competitive advantage. Is that what you're doing?
What I'm saying is we didn't win anything.
You're smiling as you're saying it. You know that there is a competitive advantage.
I'm smiling because we didn't take full advantage of this cheating and we didn't cheat properly.
Wow. Man said we should have cheated more, basically. Great.
Now you won 2 Premier Leagues. You won 2 Premier Leagues and two Europa Leagues and an FA Cup. And a Carabao Cup, all with Hazard. Because for me, if it's about Hazard, then surely it's everything that you won with Hazard, no?
Yeah, but they're also in there about incomplete payments, and one of the rumors is that Abramovich paid out of his own pocket, but they can't compel him to show him their accounts, if it's personal accounts. So
personal,
So it's like they can't compel him to do that. So I don't know how they will fix this incomplete or prove, Are
Liverpool like the only clean club in the league, or what exactly?
You hacked our database, so you're not clean either.
You're not clean. You are.
Sorry, say that again. What happened to us by the FA?
Not the FA, but when you're done, when you trying to sign Van Dijk from
First
Southampton.
of all, respectfully,
you had to pay us £1 million compensation, bro.
A guy was working at Manchester City. He just took the flash drive with him. Why didn't you change the password?
It's
That's how you
irrelevant.
problem.
It's irrelevant.
Why
bro.
did you change the password?
You're accessing information that you shouldn't have had. £1 million in our pocket because you had to
If
pay
I leave
compensation.
MHF, Mo has to change the password.
I genuinely think the only team on this panel is Arsenal that haven't been done.
That's it. I was gonna say so.
Because they don't,
the
they don't
club,
spend any
you know?
money, LB.
But you
They
won
don't
fuck
spend-
all, so who gives
Yeah.
a fuck? innit? Even Man United do a dog shit win trophies in the last years, bro. I know he's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you rather
Arsenal are
would
the
you
nice
rather
guy
win
that don't
shit,
get
yeah?
anything. That's basically what happened.
Innit?
Like we're
Yeah.
all assholes, but at least we get away with shit.
Man said the only clean club of the league did fucking nothing, basically. Even his cameras lagging and everything. Hey, big up, man. Big up, Dawood. How are you, Dawood, Habibi? You
Nah,
good?
I was
The
gonna
only
say,
clean
you
club-
act like you're all innocent. Even my camera's messing up now. Flipping, I don't know what's happening now. I need to start doing illegal stuff with my camera. Start flipping, making it start work. Oh yeah, I think it's back
working now. Go ahead. Talk.
But
before it
yeah,
lags.
weren't you the club that spoke with Van Dijk illegally, trying to sign him in that summer transfer window, and then you got done by the Premier League, and then you had to sign him in January?
Weren't you the club that employed Thomas Partey for the last 2 years?
Oh my!
Oh
Oh my!
Want to
God.
play these games? We can all play these games. So let's take a step back, focus. Chelsea are being charged 74 times. Leave my club out of this. Your thoughts on Chelsea, Dawood?
My thoughts on Chelsea. What they did, because I remember we were linked with Eden Hazard, and we ended up signing Jovino in that summer instead of signing Hazard. And if we, I don't know, like,
You would have
we
still
ended-
signed Jovino anyway. What
No,
would
no,
you do?
no.
You would have
Because
signed
you
Hazard
guys,
first.
took the actual leap and you did it illegally, and you signed Hazard. Imagine Hazard at Arsenal and how many Premier League titles we would have had by now.
This is
That
the
season when Leicester won the league,
This is the same.
that
do you
would have been
remember-
our
Do you
season.
remember when Arsene Wenger used to do who I could have signed, and there was like a level of world class players like Ibrahimovic.
Oh yeah,
Well,
Kante.
do you remember that?
Wait, why are we
Cristiano,
acting as it was gonna go to Arsenal anyways?
Exactly. This is
Why are we doing that?
Why would you mean?
What do you mean?
Wait,
Hazard
what year
was-
was that
Hazard-
again?
Hazard-
Surfer,
Hazard
can you
was
remind
an
me?
Arsenal fan.
2012. We
Arsenal
signed
fan.
him in 2012.
By the way, just quickly, Sky Cave just released a statement. FA sanction for Chelsea likely to be in line with their UEFA settlement. Sports sanctions such as points deduction not understood to be on the agenda.
Yeah.
You're safe.
Yeah.
Chelsea self-reported the breaches and have cooperated with the FA. The breaches are related to tax matters which have been settled with the HMRC. They would not have impacted financial fair play regulation compliance. We are closer to the end rather than the start of the process.
That's what I mean. If you look at Chelsea's own statement, Sam, they said, I'm abbreviating, I can't remember, so we're getting to a conclusion on this. So they already know they're near the end of this. This isn't going to be like a legal battle between the City and Premier League one, because it's just totally different. But so we're basically.
So this is completely different, basically.
Yeah, this is totally different. Like I said, it'll probably be in line with the UEFA thing, like an 8 million, 10 million pound fine or something like this. But there is a separate Premier League investigation. No, there is a separate Premier League investigation with this. So the Premier League ones will probably come out differently, but I don't know.
Anyway, speaking of Premier League, what I don't want to do is sit up here and waste an hour talking about charges. So let's get to the football, guys. You get me? International break is done.
Who wants to talk about
Let's put the fries in the bag on all this fucking extra activities to the side. You get me? So I want to move on to Arsenal first. I know obviously there's a Manchester derby coming up, which we will speak about. 700 people are in the building. Thank you guys so much. We need your help to push the algorithms in the international break. So please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And for the 1 millionth time, every link is in the description. So go give all my brothers a subscribe as well. Dawood.
Yes.
Forest coming to the Emirates this Saturday. And Postecoglou, new manager of Forest. Is there a new manager bounce on the table, or do you think you're going to handle none of these?
I absolutely hate. It's always us that always get the new manager bounce. I remember, I think it was last season before. It might have been last season when David Moyes joined Everton, and they had that new manager bounce against us. And then it's like every time we face like a new club, it's like I don't understand it. It's slipping out. My camera's messed up again. But yeah.
Dawood, when you go out in an hour, buy £20 webcam. It's better than this, I promise you.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's happened, but
he has a good webcam. It just keeps freezing.
What do you call it? Against
I
Forest.
have a webcam, like just a webcam, not a camera.
I have a webcam in it.
Yeah. Is it? Oh.
LB Logitech, no?
I used to have a proper Sony camera, yeah, like 300 quid, and it always overheated, and then one day it broke, and I just thought, fuck it, I'll just buy a webcam off Amazon. It's 60 quid.
Yeah.
And it's does the job, innit?
Yeah, I've got a flipping Sony £500.
Oh, that's why it overheats all the time.
Sack that off, man. Yeah, we just sat here talking about football. We ain't Mr. Beast, innit? We don't need these these mad cameras and that. Just get a webcam, bro.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
LB, are you using Logitech?
I don't know what it is, bro.
I'm using a Logitech one. That's the one.
It was just 60 quid, innit?
Yeah, same. Then it's probably the same one. Anyway, Dawood, Postecoglou.
Yeah, so for us, I think the way Ange plays with the high line and pressing man on, I think that might be an advantage to us. But we don't know how Ange is going to play. He played a low block against PSG in the Super Cup, and that nearly worked for them. So I'm a bit worried because we would have known Nunes Santos' style of play and the lineup we would have brought out. But with Ange, new players, he's got new players in. We don't know what style of football he's going to play. So he might play high line, he might play low block. It's going to be one of those games where the new players that he has want to impress him. So they want to get in that starting lineup when it's a fresh start for them. And it's, we're coming back from a defeat. We've got everyone back except for Saka and Saliba. I think Ben White's back, Norgard's back. So we've got everyone ready. Everyone's match fit. Madueke's had two really good games for England, so he should be raring to go on that right wing. We've got Eze that played a full 90-minute, close to a 90-minute game for England.
What do you predict though? Because you touched on it. You're saying like Ange could be, bro. Jacob has fried my brain because of him. I say Ange and Postecoglou. You get me?
Yeah.
Ange could go defensive or could go offensive. But what do you predict though? Like both are possible. But what do you think?
I don't think it'll be setting up a high line because I think playing a high line takes, I think, a few months for the players to adapt to your style of football. I think playing a low block, it's a lot easier playing a low block and hitting teams on the counter attack. Plus, I've got players like Hudson-Odoi that can hit you on the counter attack. That have got pace in the transition, like Gibbs White as well. I think they're a lot better team when it comes to transitions than us. We're really bad. I think we're one of the worst teams when it comes to hitting teams on the counter attack. And I was looking at our stat. We've got the second worst the goal difference ratio when it comes to what is it called when you're attacking teams. And it's like a stat. I'll just get it up. XG, yeah. We've got the second worst XG in the Premier League this season, and that is a bit worrying because the amount of attacking options that we have. It is getting a bit.
You're usually quite positive. You're low-key talking like an Arteta outer nowadays. Like
no, it's that new manager bounce, and I hate it. Is that it has to be us as well, and it's like first game back after international break, 12:30 kickoff is a good thing we're at home because if we were away and then it was the first game away, I would have been worried, man. I think at home we've got that bit of advantage at home. Gyokeres, he needs to get a couple more goals because for Sweden, he didn't perform well. And people on social media were absolutely on social media. I don't know why. Because it's not. You want to
open up this kind of whoop ass on Gyokeres right here, brother? We're ready. I'm telling you right now.
Because I don't know.
I watched both Sweden games. Let me tell you something. Gyokeres looked like shit for his national team. I promise you. Isak did more in 18 minutes than Gyokeres did in both games. You can ask, like, there's this, I'm sure there is like a random Swedish guy watching in the chat. He'll tell you this, bro. Like, it's not even me. Bro, Gyokeres' assist in the first game was a bad touch. His assist was literally, he got a bad control and it literally dropped to Ayari and he scored.
The one thing I want to say about Gyokeres is that I don't know why he's getting this much like media coverage for a guy that was bought for £60 million. He's not a £100 million player. He's a £60 million player, and he's getting the way people are treating him like he's on a goal drought. He's got 3 games, 2 goals in the Premier League. So it's not even like he's on a goal drought. So people expect him to have this style of play where he's never had that style of play before. He's a goal scorer. If you give him 2 or 3 chances, he'll score 2 of those 3 chances. So he's efficient. We've been lacking because we haven't set him up properly this season. And if Arteta doesn't come out with an attacking lineup with Eze, with Odegaard had a great performance for Norway. He had a couple of assists. Mika Marino scored a hat-trick in one of those games. So he's on it. Madueke is on it. So the attacking players, he has to go into that game not trying to lose. We have to go there and actually go for it for the first 30, 40 minutes. Because if we make it to a game where it's 0-0 after 60, 70 minutes, then it's going to start, the fans will start getting nervous. So this is a must-win game. A must-win game because Liverpool have won 3 games in a row. We're 3 points behind them. We cannot be chasing Liverpool the whole season. And obviously, now with Isak in the house, it's getting a bit worrying. But yeah, I'm not worried because we've got the squad depth now. We've got Mascura that's going to probably come in for Saliba, and he performed really well against Liverpool. We've got Ben White that's back. We've got Timber that's performed well, and he's scored a couple of goals for Arsenal this season. We've got that Hincapié. What a play he is. Like, that's a player that Man City should have signed Hincapié because he's a wicked player. Well, Calafiori is a goal threat. So for me, we have to win, and I think we're going to win 2-0 against Forest. But if we lose, it's going to be another meltdown. It's going to be another game where questions will be asked about Mikel Arteta. So yeah, even if it's a set piece, I don't care. It's a must-win game.
It feels so good to be a gangster. Like, it's just every Arsenal fan is just afraid of us, and it's so beautiful, honestly. Like, I did straight facts with LB yesterday. He fucking is depressed about his team. You listen to all the Arsenal fans; they hate their team too, and we're just sat here going like, "Guys, we're gonna watch Isak against Burnley," and everyone's just, you get me? It's elite. I have a bomba opinion on the game this Saturday. I must say it, and then I want to get Staffy, LB, and Andrew's opinion on what I said. I think Postecoglou is going to get sacked at Forest. I think this is a horrible appointment. I don't think this is a good appointment at all. I think the style that Postecoglou wants to play does not go at all with the players that Forest have. Milinkovic in a high line. Are you crazy? Do you guys know what's going to happen to Milinkovic in high line? He's going to get absolutely annihilated. He's literally going to get annihilated. People go like, yeah, but surely Postecoglou's not that dumb to like play a high line against Arsenal. Wait, wasn't that the same manager that played high line against everyone with Danso and Archie Gray playing centre back?
Yep.
He had Danso and Archie Gray at centre back position, and he played high line. He came to us with a 1-0 lead in the Carabao Cup semi, and by like 60 minutes, he was 4-0 down, bro. That's who Ainge is. That's who Ainge is.
He played a high line against us with 9 men. What are we doing?
There you go.
What are we doing? I listen. It's a very. I don't know, because I was listening to a couple of Spurs like fans today. It's like he doesn't even, from what they told me, he doesn't even like give instructions on the sideline. He just stands there watching his players. Like, he expects his players just to know everything. Like, no, and he's taken the same backroom team from Spurs as well. The whole backroom team from Spurs has gone to Forest now as well. So it's not like a change up or anything like that. I think, listen, Ole Aina already got injured in international duty just thinking about the training sessions. His hamstring is gone. I mean, Chris Wood's basically, his Forest career is over because there's no way he's going to be pressing from the front for like 90 minutes. I know they're mates, but I think that's such a strange appointment to hire a mate like that, because it's just going to end in, I mean, it's going to be fun to watch. Like, Wolfie's already flip-flopping, but I can't wait till he flip-flops again and says Ainge out in like 3.5 months' time or something like that. But has he already started?
I predict Arsenal to win like 4-0 this Saturday.
I think they'll win. Arsenal will win. But I don't know how Forest are even going to set up. Like, I think Gibbs White will do well for Ange, because like Maddison sort of did okay with him in that role. But I mean, I just, like you say, Milinkovic Savage on that on the halfway line. He's going to be like, he's a very good
Did you see him
defender.
for Serbia?
Yes, I did.
In a high line. He's the captain. He got sent off, bro.
And even like what's his name? Is it Nico Williams at left back as well? It's going to be like to see the fullbacks get high up as well. Actually, try and get back as well. It's going to be fun to watch. And also, Sells is a goalkeeper that doesn't pass out from the back. Nuno always told him to boot it out. Like,
there you
boot
go.
it. Yeah, so it's like, it's totally flip-flop. Now,
Bro, I get what Marinakis is thinking, like, oh,
Yeah,
let's play more offensive football and stuff, but he went to the completely opposite end of the spectrum. Like, he went from like ultra defensive to ultra attack. Like, he didn't even like slightly upgrade a little bit. Like this, it's not like he went and got Brendan Rodgers or something, you know,
Yeah.
who's like, yeah, like he attacks, but he still has like a caution approach, you know. He just went completely down the other side. I think this is gonna be a horrendous appointment for Wolves. For Forest. I think he's gonna get sacked, and I don't know why Dawood is worried. I think they're gonna slap them 4-0 like this Saturday. I'm doing a watch along just because it's my job. That's it. If it wasn't my job, I would not watch the game.
You seriously think we're gonna win 4-0?
Yeah, bro.
Do you know what it is? I'd love to have your confidence.
Unless Postecoglou does like ultra defensive stuff and shows the ability that he can
He
change.
does Europa League. He goes.
Well,
to
that's why
Europa
he
League,
did against PSG in the Super Cup final. He played
that was Frank.
he
That
played
That was
low
Thomas
block.
Frank, mate.
That was Thomas.
Oh, is that Thomas Frank? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was Thomas Frank.
He wasn't
There he
doing
is,
sound,
Dawood.
yeah.
I've lost my
Wake
head.
up.
I've lost my
Wake
head.
Here, I have coffee for you if you want. Akhi. I
Yeah,
have
I've lost
coffee.
my head, man. Do you know what it is? Yeah, we're gonna win 4-0. I realized it, bro. These guys are gonna play. These guys are gonna play a low block, bro. These guys are gonna play a low block. This guy's gonna play high line. Yeah. I understand it now.
Yeah, he plays high line with Milinkovic and shit. He has done
the only game that they actually did well was against a poor Man United team, and that was in the European final. And you know, we're not as poor as United. We're not as bad as them. So yeah, forget about his new manager bounce, man. Play this high line, bro. We're winning 4-0.
Drink your tea, Habibi. Drink your tea. Yeah. Remember that bad memories right there.
I have no recollection of that day.
Wallahi, this is embarrassing. I remember watching your reaction to that
It was
game.
the worst day of my life. That's the same day the Knicks lost in the last second to the Pacers. Let's not talk about the day. It took me a while to recover. I had to do a lot of therapy.
What do you think of everything that's happened? You and LB, because you guys haven't chimed in yet.
It's a weird appointment. I understand why it was made. It was because they're friends. Is the Greek connection. See what happens when you put a bunch of Greeks in one room. I would know about it because I know Griggs. And I always say Marinakis must be his uncle. Why are you laughing? It's true. That it's probably his uncle, bro.
Griggs, he probably appears suddenly now.
Yeah, man. You do know he owns Olympiacos, which is Griggs' club. So that is Griggs' his owner, technically. Anyways,
Fair.
It's just in the footballing sense. I feel like it doesn't make a lot of sense. I think Postecoglou, for what he wants, though, I think I don't think he's a good Premier League manager. I understand what he was trying to do. I understand what kind of football he tries to play. And not only is it not proven in the Premier League, it's proven, first of all, to be very bad for him in the Premier League, if anything. I don't look at this Forest squad and do I see like, yeah, there's a match there. They fit each other. I don't think they do.
Yeah.
I think this team was built very well for a low block. And that's why when Nuno came in, it was a match made in heaven. They did very well together, reached European spots together, reached FA Cup semifinals together. And then Marinakis did what every crazy Mediterranean man does. He just lost his temper, argued, and just got rid of him. And then he just hired his friend. Is Ainge a decent manager? Sure, he's a still decent level manager. But is he going to come in and he's going to get this team right away to play the way that he wants to play? I don't think so. I don't look at his squad and I feel like they fit what he wants to do. You guys mentioned the center backs. I think it's way more than that. I think if he tries to play like high pressing, high possession football, I just don't look at his squad. I think, do they have that capability? Neither does he even have the summer to come in and get anyone. Like, who the fuck this reminds me of when, Sniffer, who was it that you guys sacked a week after the transfer window? Potter, right?
Tuchel, and then we bought
Tuchel, sorry, yeah, and you got Potter. And I was like, I felt bad for Potter. I was like, Potter came into an ultra defensive team, didn't get a summer, literally came in a week after the summer ended, so he's not getting players. And now he's going to have to deal with what he has, and if it doesn't work, he's going to get sacked. And obviously, eventually, he got sacked. I look at this and I was like, why would Ainge even take this job? Like, why would you take this job knowing that it's eventually, because we've heard from him before. Like, we know how he is in the Premier League. He's probably going to come out and he's going to bitch when things don't go his way. And he's going to mention a few things about the players kind of not fitting him. The only worry is now that the difference between Daniel Levy and Marinakis is that, listen, if you say some shit against Marinakis, I can't promise you that none shady shit is not going to happen in behind. That's all I'm saying, bro. If you want to know about him, look up what he did.
Big up,
Greece,
Mr.
bro.
Marinakis. Big
Bro,
up.
bro, I swear, Jacob did a full research on him. There was people that were they were supposed to testify against him in court or something, and about 4 of them went missing. So I'm just saying, bro, you can't easily come out and speak against Marinakis. I don't know. I just didn't think this whole thing makes sense at all, and I don't think they'll have a good year. Am I gonna say they're gonna lose 4-0 to Arsenal like you said? No. I mean, it's only a week after they just played football, or 2 weeks. It's not like all of a sudden they're gonna forget how to play football. I think their football's still gonna be there, but I think over time, I don't think they'll get much better. I just don't see it.
When have you ever been right about coaches? Slot, Poch, Ten Hag, Amarim,
No,
Maresca.
Hassan first. Read Hassan.
Hassan. It's in front of you right here. Husam. Learn how to spell. Your takes on coaches is shocking. First of all, Slot, literally there's a 12-minute video showing you that a day after I took it back, it was just an emotional reaction. We're football fans. We all get emotional. You get me? This loser right here is the reason why people have the Slot out clip anyway. Poch, I still stick by what I said. I think he would have gotten top
Great
4
clip.
as well. Ten Hag, I never rated anyway. Amarim is a manager that has underperformed from everyone's perspective. No one expected Amarim to do this. Not you, not anyone. So don't act like a smart ass. Maresca, he must last season, and he did everything expected of him. And Arteta, I'm completely right on. Where's your league title? Where's your Champions League? Big up. Thanks for the fiber. Anyway, LB, your thoughts on the Arsenal situation?
I don't think there is a situation. I think that they've it's only 3 games into the season. Yeah, 1-2, lost 1. I'd be concerned about the first game and Arsenal fans saying they played well against United, which I didn't think they did.
No.
They then go and batter Leeds, which is fair dues. I'm not getting on the Gyokeres thing yet. I think it's ridiculous. Just like I'm not getting on the Verts thing. Yeah, give it another 2, 3, 4 matches. If things are not cooking, then maybe we'll speak. But I think it's way too early and way too reactionary speaking about that. I just, if I'm speaking from like a neutral perspective, I want to see Arsenal go at teams a little bit more. And I know we've discussed this a lot, and we've probably discussed it on different shows, but I've actually been honest when I say I think Arsenal, if they started do you remember, was it last year or the year before, where the second half of the season, it almost felt like Arteta just unleashed their attack and they started battering teams like 4-5-0 every game for
23-24.
Yeah,
2 years ago.
What I don't understand is, and I've said this for a while, I think it's undisputable, that Arsenal have the best defense in the league, and I think they might even have the best defense in Europe. Right? Maybe that's up for debate, but they definitely have the best defense in the league. So why the need to be so conservative in the approach? Yeah. It's almost as if like he doesn't trust defense. And on top of that, I really rate David Raya as well. I think he's a fantastic goalkeeper. So if you have one of the best defenses in the world, why do you need to play such a sort of protective brand of football? Like, I get it if City were doing it, right? Because we have a defense which is nowhere near Arsenal's level right now. I'll pull my hands up and say that, and maybe even Liverpool, because obviously they're a little bit, well, they're not as good defensively as Arsenal. They're a bit more attacking. But Arsenal 100%. Have like a really solid back 4. And then Arteta wants to protect it. And the facts is, at the start of the season, when I was doing like sort of, not my predictions, because I've not really done any predictions, but my sort of take on Arsenal. The reason why I don't think Arsenal will win the league is because I don't think they've got enough firepower up front in terms of personnel and the way they play. I still think their best chance at a trophy would be the Champions League over the Premier League, purely based off the way they play. But I don't think they've got enough firepower up top, across the 3 positions, add to the way they play. And I think they'll draw too many games and they'll lose too many games like 1-0. I just think, listen, for me, Arteta just needs to realise it's put up or shut up time. Do you want to go out trying, go into places and trying to win? And if you don't win fairs, but at least you give it a go, or do you want to go out where, like, you know what I mean, you're not really gone to gaffs to win? It's not like I'm trying to cook the guy. I just think for me, just open up a little bit. be a bit more attacking, be a bit more brave, and trust your defence and trust your goalkeeper, trust your £100 million midfielder in Rice, trust your 50, 60 million pound midfielder in Zubimendi. That's all I'm saying. But if he wants to keep on playing this sort of more negative brand of football, see what happens. I think they'll have a good shot at the Champions League, because I think that style of play suits the Champions League. But the Premier League, I just don't see it.
We'll probably. I think it's kind of guaranteed that we'll probably finish top 2. I think the way City are performing, the way Chelsea
Guaranteed.
I wouldn't say guaranteed.
It is, because I think if you look at Man City's defense, and they're so inconsistent, we're going to see.
How about Chelsea though? You keep mentioning City. How about Chelsea?
But Chelsea, you look at their performance against Palace. They drew against Palace 0-0. They should have drawn against Fulham at home. And those are two games where. But those are 2 games where Chelsea.
I think Chelsea are going to finish above you.
No chance. I think with the goalkeeper they've got, with the injury crisis they've got at the back, where they've got no Levi Colwell, they're playing what's his name?
Lord, man. Ampadu's not played for us for years.
Ampadu's in the Serie A. What's going on with you today?
What's wrong with you, man?
No. What's
he's in the Serie A, Ampadu, bro.
No, Ampadu's that Leeds United, bro. What are you talking about?
You're talking about Tosin?
Yeah, sorry, Tosin, yeah, from when he came back from Fulham. So if you look at Chelsea's back line, if you look at Reece James, who probably can't stay fit for the whole season, it's like they're not going to finish above us. Come on, realistically speaking, they're offensively they've lost Delap.
Can I tell you why I think they're going to finish above you? I have a psychological reason. I'm going sports psychology this season. Nice. I think a lot of your players have mentally checked out.
That can't. No. I don't. That's nonsense. That's absolute nonsense, because you can't say because we play negative football and we didn't go and actually challenge Liverpool at Anfield, or they're mentally checked out. That's impossible.
Okay, but can I tell you why? You see the stuff that LB said. Having a manager that would risk losing in order to win versus having a manager that would take a draw is completely two different animals. When you have that mentality at the club that like we're gonna attack all the time, we're gonna dominate, we are better than you, blah blah blah, is different than the mentality of we'll take a draw here.
No, but he might not be good enough to win the league for us. Yeah, I probably agree with you on that. But if you're saying that Chelsea are going to finish above us, or Man City will challenge us when it comes to finishing top 2 or top 3, I don't agree with that, because these players, just because of their quality, just because of their squad depth, should at least get top 2. It's just getting above Liverpool. That's the main challenge. Just getting above that team that are kind of better than us, or on our same level as us. Like when it came to City a few years ago, where they were just a bit better than us. They ended up winning. So if a team like PSG last season,
it feels so good to be like the golden standard now. I'm not used to this life, bro. I'll be honest with you. I'm so not used to this. I'm used to this time of the season going like FSG out and everything, and now look, it's just a different world. It's crazy. Chat for the gold standard now. Everyone wants to be above Liverpool. Hey, let's go.
It's you now for a couple of years. It's probably going to be City again for another couple of years. So. If you go back to teams like Real Madrid last season, we beat them because we were just better than them. PSG were probably on the same level as us. So teams that are on the same level as us or a bit better than us, we struggle to beat them. And that's the issue. So I think just finishing above Liverpool will be kind of difficult this season. But
that's not necessarily true though, is it? Because you dropped points to middle of the road clubs last season.
No, but I'm talking about when it comes to one-off games or winning the league. We haven't lost a league title to a team that was worse than us. Right. Man City had a better squad than us when they won the league those 2 seasons. Liverpool probably they had champions. If you look at Liverpool fans, they wouldn't take many Arsenal players in that Liverpool starting lineup. So you could say that it was kind of even, or Liverpool had a better starting lineup than us last season. Liverpool got a better starting lineup than us this season. So we just cannot beat teams that are better than us. We just got that mental block. And we haven't got a manager who can think outside the box. He's very predictable. He has the same lineup. He has the same players, like where the left back goes into midfield, the 2 wingers stay out wide. It's so predictable. Teams know exactly what to do against us. So it's like.
The problem though is that Arteta is more of a Mourinho type than a Pep.
100%. He's been like that for the last 3 years.
To actually not discredit Mourinho, he's actually more extreme than Mourinho because he does it from the start of the season. and in nearly every game, Mourinho would let his attacking players attack, and then in a run-in for a title would go like ultra defensive to secure the results, or like one-off games would go defensive away to secure the results. Arteta,
Andrew, we
do it.
spent the whole week building up to Liverpool Arsenal with every Arsenal fan telling me your defense can be got at, your defense this, your defense that. Okay, so you didn't get at it. You didn't. Yes, our defense can be got at, and you did not get at it. So
You
now
can't blame
what?
us for that.
That
You
was your
can't blame
best
us for that
defensive
because
display.
we didn't know our manager was going to play three holding midfielders and he's going to sit back the whole game. Like obviously, how can we predict that's going to happen? If we cannot predict that our manager is going to go to that game and play a low block and sit, so we can't go and say, oh, we're going to attack Liverpool. If we attack Liverpool, we'll be able to beat them. We can go out their defense. But if the manager wants to go the 100, do a full 360 and play an opposite way, you can't blame Arsenal fans for that.
Have you lost faith in your manager, bro?
To win,
Sounds
major,
like
to,
it, to
win,
be
to
fair.
win major trophies, I'm on the I'm not there yet, but I'm slowly getting there.
But you're
Hey, if Dawood is losing hope, then it's a long time for you, Mr. Mikel. You get me? If the
No,
likes
it's
of Dawood are turning, it's over.
A lot of
It's
Arsenal
just going
fans
to be
make or break
a
this
gal on
season.
that lonely hill, a gal by himself.
It's a make or break this season.
Really
The day Igal turns is the day you know.
Is
You have
it
to
a make or
decide.
break season for you?
With Arteta, 100%, yeah.
Who
Okay.
would you want off the top of your head if you
The manager the list of managers at free right now is horrendous.
Yeah,
I know, but who would you want to go for?
I'm not
Remember,
even
I
thinking
told
about
you
that
this
right now.
yesterday, LB, and you
No,
lost
come
it.
on, man. I want to know who you'd go for.
Like next
bro.
season, if PSG get rid of Luis Enrique, give me Luis Enrique.
No,
Yeah.
Season. Like
Would
if
you
he
take-
doesn't win
would
the
you take
Champions League and he
Mourinho
falls
on
out
that?
with the owners, give me Luis Enrique because he's a winner.
Would you
Would you
take Mourinho?
No chance. No chance. This guy was doing from Fenerbahce, bro. This guy linked with West Ham. This guy's linked with West Ham, bro. We're not trying to do a Man United manager list where all the managers have gone to United are either deadwood or they get sacked within like a couple of months.
Would you
Okay,
take
would you
Nagelsmann?
take a
Would you
risk
take
on
Nag-
like an Iraola?
Would you take Nagelsmann as well? Would you take him?
Nagelsmann, Iraola, I'll definitely take him because
Nuno's free.
Nuno, forget about
Iraola
it.
would be such like polar opposites, bro. Iraola would come to Arsenal, and all of a sudden, like you see how like they're like in prison right now. Like you can't attack; they're in prison, bro. Iraola would come in with the key, just unlock everything, go like attack, Habibis, yalla, no problem.
Be like when
Concede twice, who gives
they're
a
in the
shit?
dark. They're in the dark still, and they go out to the.
Bro, Bournemouth came to Anfield without Zabarnia, without Hoysen, who both left their club,
Yeah.
with their only offensive threat being Semenyo. They scored twice against us, and if it wasn't for a late winner, bro, we literally could have like drawn or lost that game with the offensive football Bournemouth play. I'll be honest with you, I actually had Bournemouth really down the table when I did my predictions this season. But now I'm gonna have to revise that with Raiola, bro, because the guys.
Look what they did to Spurs as well. They went there and they won 1-0, and that flattered Spurs. That scoreline,
Yeah.
Exactly.
flattered Spurs.
Yeah.
And they.
But the thing is, the problem.
You
is,
know how like on BN they were showing replays, bro. They showed an attack for Bournemouth where like Vicario made like 5 saves in a row.
Yeah, he was man of the match.
You know, it's for a lot of traditional Arsenal fans. I've watched Arsenal for years, not the new upcoming fans, the ones that watched Arsenal when it came to playing good football and knowing that if you're gonna watch Arsenal, you're gonna watch good football. The bare minimum. Bare minimum, you're gonna watch entertaining football and you're gonna enjoy what you're watching. It doesn't matter if they're gonna win or lose. And I think that losing that kind of like identity is putting a lot of Arsenal fans off because it's you play this style of football if you want, but you have to win. Don't play this style of football and don't win anything. That it can't work like that.
What makes me laugh though, and I'm not saying you. What makes me laugh is that your fan base used to criticize my team for playing this defensive football.
I remember.
We would never play. If we played this type of football, we would.
You know, if Arsene Wenger ever got the backing that Arteta got, I think he'd had like 6-7 league titles, not 3.
Yeah, but was it not Arsene Wenger the one who sort of like justified not spending his shit?
Yeah, but for him it was different because it was just like getting into the Emirates, and you know he like transitioned the club from Highbury to the Emirates. And they weren't able to spend money like they used to. By the way, like I watched yesterday, funnily enough, I was watching Arsenal versus Barcelona 2-1, the Arshavin game.
09.
The Arsenal lineup was so ass. They had like Juru starting at center back, bro. They played sexy football and they beat Barcelona 2-1. Like that game right there Arsene Wenger. I think Arsene Wenger in the last like 4 years probably of his career is when he had like the real downfall. Like that was when really
Yeah.
like
Arsene Wenger was an elite manager. Unfortunately for him, history will look back on him as not quite as good as the others because of the last 5-6 years of his career. However, yeah, he was an unbelievable manager, and Arsenal played unbelievable football.
That
Unbelievable
01, not.
I've seen Arsenal play more beautiful football with like Gervinho and shit.
No,
Sometimes I think like if I give Wenger this team, bro, Arsenal could be like the most entertaining club in the whole league.
Wenger's kind of washed now.
I'm telling you right now, everyone will go on about
true.
everyone will go on about Arsenal's Invincibles team. Nah, that 01-02 team that won the double is one of the best, if not the best footballing team I've ever seen in the Premier League. That was a double winning team. That was better than the Invincibles. That's the best Arsenal team I've ever seen play football in my life.
But yeah, I think going back to that, I think it's like it's losing that the way we played our identity. And I think it's like Arteta, when we came from Man City, we thought, okay, we're gonna get that style of Man City, we're gonna get that entertaining football. And we had that for a little bit when we had that calendar year where, like you guys said, when we was winning 5-0, 6-0, 4-0. But it was mainly like we was ruthless. We were clinical in front of goal. We were just getting the chances that we had, we were scoring, and that was that period where we thought, okay, we can win the league. And then the season after, it just
you weren't making defensive mistakes in that time either, so it makes even less sense.
Yo, just watch this quickly because I knew I wasn't waffling. Yeah, watch this. This is the Barca lineup: Valdez, Alves, Piqué, Abidal, Maxwell, Busquets, Iniesta, Xavi, Villa, Messi, Pedro. Okay. This is the Arsenal lineup: Szczesny, Ibue, Koscielny, Juru, Clichy, Song, Wilshere, Fabregas, Nasri, Walcott, Van Persie.
Wait a sec. To be fair, that's nowhere near as bad as you made out.
Okay, look at the back five: Szczesny, Ibue, Koscielny, Juru, and Clichy. That was young Clichy as well. That wasn't like Clichy that came to City. That was young.
Yeah, but the midfield and the attack is pretty decent.
The midfield, that was young Wilshere as well. That was like Wilshere.
Wilshere was like 18.
He was way too young to be in that game.
Yeah, you kind of made it sound like that team was a bit washed, I can't lie, but it wasn't.
They had Juru at the back.
No, do you know what it is that the Arsenal have always had class attackers. Like Robin
Van Persie. Who they brought on for Walcott? Nicholas Bentner. Come on, man. They won 2-1 with that.
That midfield, yeah. What was that midfield again? Song, Fabregas, and Wilshere.
Yeah. That's better than their current midfield.
Bro, that's fucking sick.
No, I don't think it's better than our current one, but
okay, LB, that's fucking sick. Who are they taking on?
The current one.
Who are they taking on?
Wilshere, Fabregas, and Song.
Yeah, Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets.
I think that's better than Arsenal's current midfield.
I agree.
No.
Have some shame, Dawood.
Bro, come on, man.
Alex Song is not better than Zubimendi.
Alex Song was a baller, bro.
Alex Song is definitely better than Zubimendi. He made the move to Barcelona like a year after.
Song was class. Fabregas is clear of Declan Rice. And
there was a time. I remember that period because
wait. Wilshere is actually better than Zubimendi. Surely you agree.
Wilshere had a period where he was playing well, but he could never do it when it comes to ability-wise, yes. But he could never stay fit. The guy could never stay fit, bro.
Like, before his injuries and that, he was a baller, bro. He could have walked in at any team in the world.
If you want to argue that Rice gets into that midfield, no problem. But the one that played the 10 that day was Fabregas. Are you going to be shameful and claim that Odegaard is better than Fabregas? I dare you.
I can't rate Fabregas ever again because he went to Chelsea, so I'm not
going to speak about God! What are you doing? I respect that, but you still can't say Odegaard is better than him.
I didn't say that. I'm not going to speak about
Fabregas gets ahead of Odegaard, and then the two would probably be Song and Rice.
Song. The problem with you guys probably you've got. I'm not sure if you guys are trolling or not. But Alex Song.
I'm not. Alex Song moved to Barcelona, bro.
Yeah. Everyone moved to Barcelona that time, bro. Flipping out. They got Malcolm. They got players like Malcolm and that.
No, that was
they got Paulinho.
Alex Song was Messi's teammate. You're talking about a different era.
They bought Paulinho from Tottenham.
Bro, you're not going to gaslight. When did Alex Song move to Barca? I'm going to check right now.
Okay, he's a good player, bro. I can't believe I'm hearing this, man.
Song was all right, But there was a period of time.
Bro,
in that
Alex
period-
Song moved to Barcelona in 2012 after they won the treble, and you're gonna act like he moved. You know that Alex Song
Shame.
actually won the 2015 treble as well. You know he's a treble
Shame.
winner.
Yeah, we
Shame.
played like 4 games.
Shame on you.
Bro, you're so shameful. You're
Shame.
actually so
You know
shameful.
the funny thing is, we were crying for holding midfielder for years and years. Even when Alex Song was at the club, we needed a holding midfielder. Why did we sell him for £15 million if he is that amazing?
Because you can't sell properly.
Oh my!
Even back then, you can't.
You know
sell
what it is?
properly.
You're just trolling because you guys didn't watch Alex Song week in week out, bro. This
Bro,
guy
you watched
defends-
Alex Song.
Why
I can't
would we
believe what I'm
troll
hearing,
about
bro.
Alex Song?
This
You
is a
really think we're
madness.
that invested in Alex Song to troll?
That midfield is well better than your current midfield. It's
I
not up
agree.
to
I think that
debate, man.
midfield is better too.
It's crazy.
Oh
You're
my!
crazy.
No,
Rice is the only one that
someone
stuck.
even put in the comments said for 4 years Alex Song played 30 games for Barcelona in 4 years.
Yeah, we're not talking about Barcelona. We're talking about when is it Arsenal, man? What would be your
No,
combined
I'm
three then?
talking about-
Dawud, what
He's
would
in
be your
the treble
combined three?
squad. He's this, he's that, bro.
What would
Yeah,
be
but
your
he went on
combined
loan
three?
1 year.
Dawud, what would be your combined three then?
Oh, it'd be Rice, Wilshere, Fabregas.
Okay, I'm not going to argue with that, to be fair. But
Yeah.
So you do agree that midfield is better because you started 2 of them. You fraud. Okay, let me just do these super chats again. Move on to about Manchester Derby because this is crazy, guys. We have 1,000 people locked in. We're not even 500 likes yet. We need your help in the international break. Like I said, please hit the like button, and subscribe right now, and have some shame, some decorum, and the like button. Arsenal has the best defense. Sorry, because of how the coach set up the team not to concede. If they opened up more, the defense will maybe be as good as the Liverpool one.
I disagree.
I agree with that to an extent because if Arsenal do play a high line and they are more attacking, how many goals will they concede? In the words of Kanye West, I guess we'll never know. That's the thing. Until we get an offensive manager at Arsenal, we'll really see them be tested. Like that goal that City conceded against Brighton, the second one, that came from a City goal kick where all the City players were like completely high up the pitch.
Right. Yeah.
Arsenal will never put themselves in that position to begin with. To know, like, if Saliba can, if Gabriel can, if Hinchcapia, whoever Calafiori can. That's the thing. So, until we see it, we will never know, Jay. But thank you for the super chat. Run up them likes, people. Please, 50% rate at the very least. Exactly. Let's get to 50%. We got 1,100 people in here. Let's get to 500 likes at least. After doxing ourselves, don't worry, rivals. Justice will be served. We are currently deciding a bad punishment for ourselves as well. Dark days ahead. Justice will be served. We got charged 74 times by the Football Association, but justice will be served because we are Robin Hood, apparently.
Yeah.
You have been listening to Vader too much, and this is the effect of you listening to a gaslighter. You now gaslight. How have you pled guilty and you're acting like you're some freedom fighter? I don't get it. You guys are so weird. What are you doing, Blaze? Like, actually, what are you doing? Have some shame.
We're the anti-heroes. This way, we're the anti-heroes. This way, you know what I mean? We're just we can't help ourselves. You know?
Big up C, Chelsea fan. I need more set piece goals. I never knew the dopamine they give because we are having scored from them.
Yes.
Also, LB, your bald cut suits you, G.
1 sec. Are you asking me a question, boys?
No, he just said
No,
your
he
bald
said your
cut
bald
suits
cut
you.
suits you.
Oh,
You're never going to say
I'm lagging
thank you,
out, I
C?
think.
No, you're not. You're in HD.
He might be lagging actually.
Boys, are you speaking to me or nah?
I think you
Can
might
you
be
hear
lagging.
us?
Fucking hell, man.
Can you hear us or no? He's going to refresh. Anyway, I will say on his behalf, thank you for complimenting his bald head. You got
Yes.
me. I'll say on his behalf. Hi, LB.
Yo, fuck
Yeah.
this man. Oh wait, he's being nice to me, innit?
Yeah. He's gonna come in.
I thought the guy was sending shots, bro. I was like, immediate fucking hit back.
He's complimenting you. He's complimenting you. This right here, though, is sending a shot. Will Chelsea still finish 15 plus from the champ?
Yes.
Fairs.
So we'll see. So
Yeah, true. Speaking of perfect transition, as my brother Tampoline is saying, 50% ratio. Let's get there. Manchester Derby this weekend. Let me start off with the visitors first.
It's a Manchester derby, is what it is.
Why do I have to go first? He's the home team. He could speak.
Okay, go ahead, home team. Speak first.
Hopefully we don't just hand the game to them like we did last year, when Matthias Nunes just decided to just lose us the football match, which was not ideal. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think what's going to happen is I think City are going to nick it. I think we're going to win like 1-0 or 2-1 or some shit like that. If United end up beating us and scoring more than a goal, I think that's really not good. That's really not good. So yeah, I think we'll win. I think we'll win the game. I'm not expecting us to play particularly well. I'm just expecting us just to get across the line and just get the 3 points. It will be interesting to see how United play because, you know, will they play sort of defensive and try and hit us on a break? Maybe, you know, that we're quite vulnerable at that, especially on transition. But if City are on it, you know what I mean? And, you know, then we might be able to create a few chances. So I don't know. Obviously, Haaland's just scored 5 goals as well. I know it was against Moldova and that, but obviously that's good for his confidence. So we'll see. Yeah, I think we will nick the game, but I'm not expecting us to like blow them away and like do some mad performance. I've not seen enough for us to do that. So yeah, I think a slight City win is what I'm going for, which I'll take. Fucking hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Staffy, or you want red carpet?
No red carpet.
Go ahead, brother.
There's only one way we could play, and it's transition. So that's to answer your question. But I think the one thing that I'm looking at going into this game is who has the most injuries. Obviously, you guys have more injuries, but I think that's going to impact the game. We might have a couple players missing. One of them actually might be good news. I mean, as good as he's been playing, I don't think Mason Mount is available. There you go. That's the 3-4 games every 3 months that he gives us. So we'll see you in December or in January. But the bad news is that Cunha got injured last game. He did his hamstring. Obviously, he didn't go to Brazil, so he's been recovering back at Carrington. It's a couple posts where he just put himself like he was on a bike training, and some of these emojis like fire emoji, soon emoji, like he's gonna be ready for the game or not. We still don't know. And obviously Xerxes, he just came back from a little bit of an injury, so I don't know if he's ready to start or not. So we might have a couple injuries in that department. But I'm looking at City. I feel like they're low-key depleted. And this is what I actually need a confirmation from LB to who's not available. Because I know Mermouche got injured over the week playing for Egypt. And they've already, they were low-key cooked already. They have a lot of injuries. So I want to know who's available from City before we continue, LB.
I think I'll just give you a starting 11 of what I think it'll be. I think it'll be I think Donnarumma will start. Nunes, Husam, Stones. Probably will go out Nori. I don't know what Gavardio's saying. Rodri, Nico Gonzalez, Reinders, and then I reckon Foden, Haaland, Doku.
Oh, Foden is ready.
I think Foden will be all right.
So other than Mermouche, who else is at?
Don't know, bro. Gavardio. Probably Gavardio might not be fitting it.
That's actually not bad. I thought you had more injuries than that.
Shirky's not about.
Oh, Shirky, yeah.
He's out.
I'm not going to be available for that.
You know, the thing is, a lot of these players that are injured, bro, they're like 50-50. But I think a lot of these players will be available. I think they will be available. So, yeah, I think they might all not be available. Yeah, but I think they will. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, my worry for us is if we don't have Cunha. I know he hasn't scored yet, and people are running the 007 gimmick. But if you're being honest and you're watching the games, he's been decent for us. It's actually unfortunate to not have a goal or an assist for the club so far. But he's probably been. I would argue he's been our best signing so far. He impacts the game. He gives us a lot of elements that we miss.
I think Mbeumo's clearly your best signing, without a shadow of a doubt.
I think Mbeumo, because he got the goals, sure, you can say that. But I think in terms of impact on the pitch, I think Cunha has been fine every game we played so far. I
disagree. I think Cunha is one of those players that looks busy all the time, so people think he's the best player. When you actually analyze the game, I think Mbeumo's clear, bro.
I think Mbeumo was the best player in the game last game against Burnley. I thought he looked decent in moments against Arsenal. I think Cunha was better. It was the Fulham game that he was just completely MIA in. I don't even think it was his fault. It was more on the coaching. I think the way we used him in that Fulham game, he was just so far away from the box. He was like playing like a target man on the wing at the halfway line for like most of the game. And I was like, okay, what are we doing here? Like this guy scored 20 goals last season, and this system is not enabling him to even get shots on target. But I think he did go. He definitely looked like the best player last game. I mean, Cunha got injured in the first 15 minutes, so I think he's going to be a big miss for us, anyways. If he doesn't play, because as I said, even Mason Mount, like I'll just be very honest, he's been very good for us the first 3 games, and it was actually a blessing and a curse at the same time. Because every time he played him, because this manager absolutely loves him, it means he put Cunha in the 9, and I hated seeing that. I want to see a real 9 play in that position. I want to see Sesko being trusted, or I want to see Xerxes play there if he's available. And I think Xerxes might be important for us against you guys, because if we don't have Cunha to carry the ball, we're going to need someone to do it for him. It's going to be Xerxes doing it centrally. However, if you ask me about my thoughts on the game anyways, it is a little bit of a mid-off. I do think United can win. There is a scenario, very plausible scenario where United can win if they just don't. I think City are kind of struggling right now with ideas when they go up front. So it might sound simple, but like if you could just like defend well, I'm not asking for any miraculous defending, but if you can keep the lines and the spaces tight and just hit them on the transition, because you do have a lot of transition players, I do think United can win. I think that the one worry that I have is just like I'm completely like out of like trust with this manager right now, and for very like reasonable reasons he's given us so far. I don't trust him in his in-game management. I don't trust him in his substitutions. I'm very worried that if United don't start the game well, that we get back into the game. We haven't seen a lot of scenarios when that happens. And I'm just looking at United and I'm like, I don't know what's going to come out that day. Like, I don't know what team is going to come out that day. There's a very plausible scenario that United hit the ground running from minute 1. And there's a very plausible scenario that United never get into the game. And that's my main worry with this team. We haven't sustained good enough performances in a row where I can go into this game and I can fully trust. Because this is a great time, by the way, to play City. It just so happened that we're not ready as well. There's a lot of teams that would love to play City this weekend because they're looking at them 3 games in, only 1 win, a lot of shaky performances, a couple injuries. I don't think Pep knows his best 11 so far. A couple of players adapting to the league still, like Reinders and them. And I'm just looking at it, I was like, if we are a little bit more prepared, I'd be going to this game, even though we're going away, I'd be confident. The thing is, we have a lot of inconsistencies. And there's honestly no point of me talking about like the formation as an example, because I think the way we play this system, I think it doesn't enable a lot of players to play their best game. I think Ahmed struggles to get in his best game sometimes. I think sometimes the idea of playing Dorgu or Dallo, I feel like there's so many inconsistencies with this manager right now. And it's going to be one of those where like, I want to believe in this manager. I want to see something that like gets me on board. But there's a very plausible scenario that United play shit and win the game. And I'm preparing myself for that to happen. Because don't get me wrong, at the end of the day, we're football fans. If I beat Liverpool, if I beat City, whatever, I'm celebrating the 90 minutes. I'm celebrating the win. But the minute the dopamine is gone and like you relax and everything is like back to normal, you want to actually look at the game and say, is there something to build on? Is this something that I can take more than just 3 points out of it? And I think that's my biggest thing this weekend. I don't want us just to scam a win versus City. If we do, I'll celebrate the 3 points. But I just know that we're kind of still stuck in the same issue, which is United not massively progressing on last season. And I know what people might say. If we win, they're going to be like, why would you be upset? You got the 3 points. Well, I got the 3 points against City last season. What did it do in the long run? It didn't really do stuff. Like, I remember Ahmed scoring that last minute goal. I celebrated, but we didn't take much out of that game. And I feel like that's because we're so early in the season, and basically that's all our season is riding on.
Well.
Was that?
You're saying the performance matters as well.
Of course, the performance. I want a decent performance. I want to look at things being implemented, be like, all right, maybe this is what he's been trying to do for a while. I don't think we're going to see a lot of it because I already don't believe in the system. I think the way he plays the system, not the formation, but the way he plays the system, I don't think it works. I'll be very honest with you. I feel like some of the elements in his game is never going to work anyways. but I do want to see a decent performance. I want to be proven wrong on stuff that I don't believe in. The midfield, I don't trust in this midfield. This midfield is going to run us over. But if we somehow stay compact, bring on, he's not going to start Manu, but you bring on Manu and like in the correct times, and then we sustain some periods of the game where we're dominating the ball and sustaining possession and creating chances, then I'm going to look at it and be like, you know what, maybe we just played like, I don't know, first half of nullifying Pep's team, but then we start getting into the game in the second half. There's a lot that I want to see that I don't know if I will see or not. The only thing that I can guarantee you is I don't think we're going to get rolled over. I don't think it's going to be as simple as City walking in, putting 4 past us. I think it's going to be very much a game. I do see a very, very plausible scenario where we win. But as I said, me personally, I just want to see a little bit more than just the 3 points. I want to see a performance that I can believe in.
I think you're going to win this Sunday. I said this on Straight Facts. I said this on my own shows. I said that. I say it again today. I really think United are going to win this Sunday because this is going to be like the last time, if you would like, Pep is going to trust this style of play to come up against Man.
I already said I don't agree with you, by the way, when you say that. I don't think Pep has a choice.
I think having 3 points from 12 this Sunday will convince him to change stuff.
No, but I'll tell you why you're wrong when you say that, in my opinion at least. I've heard you say that a little bit on Straight Facts. I tuned in for like a good 10 minutes. I don't think it's just as simple as Pep clicking a button saying, hey, let's switch from this to that. I don't think it's as simple as that. I think it's the trajectory of where their squad is moving to. I don't think they have that. I think we said it. I said it last week to LB. I don't think they have that high quality of players like they used to play that boring style of football that you're talking about. That team was very good on dominating the ball, but they would create half chances out of nowhere and score goals for fun. I don't think they no longer have that. Their wingers are a little bit more direct, where back then, like Mahrez as an example, Mahrez wasn't just a direct winger. He could be direct if he wants, but if the guy wants to play possession, he wants to move the ball around, drift into into central areas, shoot from outside the box. He had so many capabilities of doing that. When you look at Doku, and you look at the wingers that they have, they don't really have the capabilities of doing what those wingers used to do. So even if you say, let's just play boring football and sustain possession, the only thing it would do for them is that, hey, let's not lose the ball so we don't get countered. That's only it. I feel like they could keep the ball for as long periods as they want. Yeah, but it wouldn't
shock me if Pep went with like a midfielder to play on the wings. Or went with
but other than Foden, no one really does that.
He could okay, this is my logic for this, right? I think Pep is going to go like, let's run it back this Sunday. I think there are 2 outcomes. I'm going extreme with it. I think either Man United win or Man City win by like 3 or 4 goals. I really don't think there's an in the middle in this game. And then after that, I think Pep will go like, this clearly ain't working. We need to switch things around. Now, what he will do, you are correct, he does not have Mahrez and Grealish and blah, blah, blah. What I think he can do is he can play like a Foden on the wing. He can do something like that where it will help him maintain possession a bit more because Foden
but that doesn't mean they're going to score a lot of goals doing that because I think they lack creators. Like those.
Oh, yeah. I'm not talking about scoring goals. I'm talking about like stopping the bleeding, basically. I'm not talking about scoring goals.
Because that's what I said. It might just help them in the defensive sense.
At some point in time, they're going to have to stop the bleeding. Like all this conceding goals like crazy and shit, you're going to have to stop it at some point.
Yeah, but for them to score goals, I feel like they need to play a little bit quicker. Because when you have too many direct players on the pitch, you can't afford to just, every time you have the ball, let's just wait until the team against us puts about 6-7 players behind the ball. You don't want that. You want players like Doku running at 1 defender rather than 2. Because he already doesn't have a good end product. You could, however, get him in situations where if you play a little bit quicker and he beats his man, he goes somewhere in the byline and puts the ball in for Haaland or whatever. Most of their players kind of rely on that right now. I feel like Reinders as an example. Look, you compare him to the Wolves game and you compare him to the other games. When the game was like them just completely dominating Wolves, he was cooking them. The minute the game got a little bit slower and he had to like get involved in more duels, in my opinion, the 2 games after he kind of struggled. He struggled against Tottenham and what was the other team they played?
Brighton.
Oh yeah, Brighton. I don't think it's just as simple as you said. Let's just switch the style of play to boring football or not. I don't, especially now. By the way, with Donnarumma,
maybe they don't
about to start. But Donnarumma's about to start, and they lost a man now who's going to be on the ball. Don't forget, Ederson used to do a lot of their ball playing from behind. So now we're going to see him for the first time doing that with one less player.
Bernardo right wing and Foden left wing. Do you think it could work playing the possession?
Who on the right?
Bernardo right wing and Foden left wing. Do you think they can?
I don't believe in Bernardo in 2025. I'll be honest. I think Bernardo starting in 2025 is a complete waste of time.
Damn.
I
The
really
crazy
do.
part is, LB a year ago would have been like, had his hand up in the air, screaming at how
I just
crazy
don't see
we are.
what he gives on the pitch. I generally don't. Maybe I'm a little
Now
bit harsh, but I don't. I
insane.
just don't see what he gives.
We'll see. We'll see what happens, man. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say in it, because it's like, it's weird. I don't know what team to expect. I don't know what system he's going to play. I don't know what players he's going to play. I don't know how the players are going to play. Like, I just have no idea in it.
You have an X factor in Haaland, which is always good to have on your side, because this guy can go anywhere from no goals to a hat trick. So it is a good thing. I mean, this is why I think this game is very hard to predict. I don't agree with somebody says it's going to be either we win or we lose by 3-4 goals. I'll be honest with you, like the only teams that kind of do that to us, especially since Emery came in, I think we lost by 3 goals or more only 2 times. And it was like Newcastle and Bournemouth. And the one thing these two teams had in common, which I know is our kryptonite, is physicality in the midfield. It doesn't. You could be good on the ball, but that's fine. It's like if you're too physical for us, because we do have a very old midfield. We have a midfield who's out of position a lot. We have Uncle Casemiro. We have Uncle Bruno, who shouldn't be playing there. If you put these guys against a physical midfield, they do get overran. I don't look at City's midfield and I say, hey, their best attribute is physicality. I look at them and I'm like, you know what? They're very good ball players. They can play the ball well, pass the ball well, keep possession. But I'm not as worried as a team keeping possession against us as a team overrunning us. The teams that overrun us, those are the teams that batter us.
Don't you think you're going to get overwhelmed in midfield? Because they're going to have Reinders, Rodri. They might even have Bernardo going in there. Where if you've only got 2, that's going to be your massive disadvantage the whole season. Where if you're only going to play Casemiro and Bruno in that pivot as a 2 midfielders, it doesn't matter if they've got legs or not. If you're going to get overwhelmed by a team that has 3 midfielders compared to 2, and they've got a killer up front, where United are only good on the transition, and that's the only way I think you'll be able to beat them. Because if they've got Nunes, Aït-Nouri, Kozanov, and Diaz, you've got a great chance of hitting them on the transition, but you have to keep the ball to hit them on the transition. And I don't think you'll be able to do that, especially without Cunha.
You don't have to keep the ball to hit someone on transition.
I think Cunha this season was your link between your midfield and your attackers, where he's your only player that could get the ball deep and can drive with it and take on 2 or 3 players, where you haven't got that this season. You haven't got that in this game. So it's, can Mbeumo do that? Can Mbeumo do something where against Cunha, when he had that chance where he just drove with the ball and he got past 3 Arsenal players and he was 1-on-1 against Riot, where I can't see Mbeumo doing that. I can't see Mason Mount doing that. And let's not even talk about Xerxes. Like Xerxes, you can say, oh, he's a number 9, but wasn't he the one that said I'm a half 9? I'm like a 9.5 or whatever he said, where he said I'm not an actual number 9.
I think this could be the game for Sesko, actually.
No, Xerxes would be perfect for this game. It's just it's a fitness issue. That's the one thing about it. It's a fitness issue. You're laughing, but he sat Saliba on his ass last season. I don't think you should be laughing like that.
Staffy
just sat Saliba on his ass. Why are you laughing that much?
He's going to be one of those guys, highlight merchants at Sesko. I saw him doing that touch for, and then they're saying,
you just proved to me that you don't watch.
And then they're like, Gyokeres, it's your turn now. Bro, it's not about all these touches and all these half turns.
You just proved to me that you don't watch him, because every time he comes on, when he came on last game, anyone who watched the United game, when he came on for Cunha after Cunha got injured, everything started clicking. Everything started clicking.
What I'm saying is, his job is to put the ball in the back of the net. And
no, it's not.
No, it's
not.
You brought number 9 not to put the ball back of the net.
This is the laziest analysis I've ever. So you're telling me every 9 just plays in one style? So
no, I'm not saying that.
When Firmino was Liverpool's 9, why did no one judge him by that?
The whole of last season, you lacked goals. We can all agree on that.
Yeah, of course, the whole team like
that was your main thing last season, lack of goals. Mason Mount's not going to get you 10 plus goals this season. Bruno's the only one that I could see getting you 10 plus goals. If you're not saying to me that Sesko needs to get 10 to 12 goals.
Bruno's the only person you see him getting 10 plus? The guy who's playing in a deep...
And Mbeumo probably.
So why'd you pick a 6 or an 8 to score 10 plus goals? You didn't even pick an attacker.
No, but what I'm saying is the reason why Sesko needs to get this amount of goals is because you haven't got many goals in your team. So
I agree. The front 3, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm trying to say about Sesko, is that he had those clear headers against...
No, you said Xerxes. You didn't say Sesko.
Oh, I was talking about Sesko, sorry, not Xerxes. I was talking about Sesko.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you said Xerxes, I was like, wait, he's a hold-up striker for us. He's very comfortable with linking up play.
Sesko,
okay, if you meant Sesko, then yeah, I agree with that. That I don't disagree with.
Like if Sesko starts against Man City this Sunday, he needs to start scoring goals, because if he carries on going game after game after game without not scoring a goal, it's when does the pressure start on him? When does that? He needs to start turning up for Man United, because all the other strikers that have come to the Premier League, like Gyokeres, the pressure was, can he get that first goal? He got that first goal. Sesko had them great 2 headers against Burnley, missed them 2 great chances. He missed that great chance against Grimsby where he should have won it for Man United and hit over the crossbar. So he needs to get that first goal. And if you're going to start him now,
Dawood, just to double check, are you saying exactly what Makanga's saying here? If City start Nico, Rodri, and Reinders, United's done. Are you talking about like the 3 versus 2 situation, basically?
Yeah. I don't see a way Man United win that game. If they've got them 3 in midfield and they've got Haaland, who scored 5 goals for Norway, it's, you know,
he scored him against like Andorra
Bro,
or
he
something.
played
What
against
are we doing?
Moldova. Have some
Moldova, yeah. What are we doing?
It doesn't matter who you're against. He's just getting that confidence.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
The
You're telling me my quality of defenders is the same as Moldova?
At the moment, the quality defense that you've got this season.
Wow, he went there.
Wow.
The quality defense you've got this season. Like
Same defense, you scored 1 set piece against because of a clown of a goalkeeper. If you say the goalkeeper is the quality of the Moldova, I say, you know what? Probably you're right.
No, but all I'm saying is you played a back 5 against Burnley and you still conceded 2 goals. So it's like Man United can play. Man United can play six defenders at the back and they'll still concede goals. So the main reason playing a back 5
doesn't mean I have Moldova quality defenders. I have very good defenders.
I'm exaggerating, but Haaland will get a couple of goals against you lot because you are terrible at the back, and you will lose.
I wouldn't say we're terrible. We're not excellent, but we're not terrible. I think terrible is a little bit of an overstatement.
I think
our systematic issues. I mean, when you look at the goals, the goal that they scored against us, the Burnley, the first one, came from a mistake from the left wing back, which is why I keep saying I feel like our system kind of disabled.
Are like Gary never used to say about us that our defenders are they're uncoachable. I think the players that you've got, especially the goalkeeper, I'm not even sure how good the new goalkeeper is, but Bayinder's terrible. If they've got set pieces, Man City, and they've got the players that they've got, Rodri, Haaland, for those corners, Bayinder will get.
Haaland is not good. Haaland's not a good player in there. Let's not.
He's got a massive leap. You've seen some of his. Yeah, he's
just because he's 6'5". Let's not pretend he's good in there.
You know,
I have better players in there than him.
All I'm saying is, if Bayinder, when it comes to Bayinder, he's a package of that back 5 you've got. And
of course, we're horrible on set pieces because of that.
But I think you're bang average at the back. And if you're going to that game, are you going to that game against Man City confident? No,
I wouldn't say confident. I already gave my money. I do think we can win. There's no reason for me to be confident because this team doesn't fill me with confidence. I do think with a better manager and a better system, we do a lot better with the squad. But there's a very plausible scenario for us to win. I'll be honest. I don't think anyone can watch City in the first 3 games. Let's take away the Wolves game because Wolves are horrible. You can't watch City the last 2 games and talk about them like we're talking about the Centurion City or treble winning City. Let's not do that, guys.
Yeah,
it's lazy analysis.
Yeah, I understand definitely. But Man City losing the last game and losing this game, I can't see them losing multiple games in a row. And I think they're going to go into this game knowing that they have to win as well. And you're going into a game where
teams have to win. Both teams have to win 100%. It's either United start with 4 points.
You can't say Mane have to go to Etihad and have to win. I think that's a bit.
No. Of course, I'll tell you why. United are not afforded time. If United won their first 3 games and you go to City and you lose to City, you'd be like, you know what? Fair enough. You can't win them all. The reason people are saying United, and I'm saying right now, United need to win, is because United are out of time. Last season, you finished 15th. You barely picked up any points going into the season. You start the new season. You get knocked out by Grimsby, and then you have only 1 win in 3. You are not afforded time when you've wasted a lot of time. If United were doing their job along the way, let's say United finished like 7-6 last season, which is twice better than finishing fucking 15th. Then you start the season with 2 wins. Let's say we lost the Arsenal game. You say like, fair enough. At least we're playing good football against the team that we expected. But then we just lost against a big team. United did not afford that type of time. There is no credit in the bank. That's why every game right now becomes a must-win game. Every game, in my opinion, every game for United is a must-win until United at least put back-to-back wins. Amorim is yet to put back-to-back wins in the Premier League. So until he actually does that, people can't talk. I can't talk to him as someone who has credit in the bank where he hasn't done the basics yet. So until he strings a few wins in a row, 2-3 wins, or fuck it, let's just say 2 wins, you drop points, but then I look at a 5-game scale and I'm like, all right, there's no defeats in 5 games, maybe 1 draw and like 4 wins. Then people start to relax a little bit. But because you're running on borrowed time, it means like every game to me right now for Emirates is like we're playing past the 90th minute. You need to score a goal now. That's how I'm looking at it. Until he calms us all down and we see like basic, like decent performances, then we can start saying, you know what? I can afford a slip here. I can afford a slip there. I can afford to say Chelsea were too good today. I can afford to say City were too good today. I can afford to say, fuck it, it's Liverpool. We were never going to win that game. But until he earns that, every game is a must win. And the same thing goes to City because you just said they can't afford to lose again. I agree with you. They didn't have the best season last season. They kind of salvaged the season a little bit towards the end and finished 3rd. But they're starting the season with 1 win in 3 games. That is Pep's worst record as in a league since he became a manager in general. You don't want that to continue. So they need to win as well. We're going to have a big talking point anyways this weekend based on who wins and who loses. We're either going to be talking about Pep again or we're going to be talking about Emery again. Because unfortunately, both managers, for different reasons, find themselves in a must-win situation right now. So it sucks for both of them.
I think that's why it's going to be a big fat 1-1 draw. Because I think
that's the last thing we want to see.
I know, but I think both teams. What I've been listening to the last few minutes, it's like both teams have got multiple weaknesses, and not a lot of strengths going forward. And I think both are needing. I don't know. I think like Pep's struggling to. We're seeing Pep at his worst in like trying to figure out what, like he doesn't know who to play at right back. It's either Nunes or Rico Lewis, and neither are right backs. The centre backs are playing terrible. He's brought a new goalkeeper in that doesn't play his style of football at all. He's trying to nurse back Rodri from an ACL. Mamouche is out injured. His other wingers are media at best, and he always has Haaland isolated. It's really weird. I don't think.
What's your prediction for this Sunday, Andrew?
I said 1-1. I'm going to say 1-1. 1-1 draw.
Let's actually end on that. Let me get just predictions. I'm going to go 2-1 Man United. That's my prediction. 1-1, you said, Andrew. What's your prediction?
1-1.
2-1 sounds very doable, but I'm going to do more than that. I think there's going to be a little bit more goals than that. So I'm going to go with a 3-2 United makes sense. I was going to go 4-3 for the sake of it.
That's too much.
Yeah, because fuck it, bro. Why not, bro? I mean, no one ever predicts those games, but they always do happen. But I do think United will win like a nail biter. I think it's going to be like some point you might see a 2-2. Both teams are going at it. I do kind of fancy us scoring on the counter. So 3-2 United.
What's your prediction?
3-0 City.
Wow.
Fair. Yeah, I've watched United all 3 games. They struggled against a championship team in Burnley. They struggled against.
We didn't struggle, bro. Come on. I mean, we made it a game, but we didn't struggle. Come on.
He scored in the 97th minute winner.
We had like 25 shots. Like we struggled because we made ourselves struggle.
What I'm talking about is these kind of games you have to be winning. You have to. If you're conceding 2 goals,
since you were mentioning XG earlier, you know I have the highest XG in the league. Me and Andrew. It just shows you how much chances I created last game. I think most of that XG was against Burnley, anyways.
Yeah, but the problem is the games that you've played against are games that you kind of have to win. Like you have to beat Fulham, you have to beat Burnley, Man City. Like it's just one of those games. You know you're gonna lose. You know they're better than you.
I won that game last year.
I know, but that was in a period. That was in a period where like it was just those kind of freak games happen. Those kind of freak games happen. I don't think that can happen twice in a row. I don't think you're gonna go there and win again. Like
it wasn't a freak game actually. United deserved to win that game.
It kind of was because they were like leading, and then you got a goal from.
Bro, they had one shot that game and they scored from it.
But did you expect to go down?
Are we talking about the same? The Wood even? I feel like the Wood watches different games than us.
I don't.
Like he's talking about a game.
When you won that game last season, did you go in that game confident, or did you expect to lose that game before the game started?
Oh yeah, of course. We weren't winning any games before that. But then my two best performances.
It was kind of a freak result because it's kind of one of those games where no one expected you guys to win, no one expected you guys to play well, and you went there and it's like it happens. Those kind of games happen. What I'm saying to you now is that you kind of think you might get a result because I
just don't get where you're getting the confidence for City from. That's the only thing I don't get. Like I don't mind you saying United haven't been good. That's fine
because they've lost against Tottenham Hotspur. They haven't played well.
So because you lost, you have they lost, but you have confidence in them. What logic?
No, but they're going to go into that game knowing that they can't mess around. They can't make mistakes. They have to win.
Bro, you can think all you want, but if you can't play good on the pitch, what does that mean? Like based on that logic,
I can't believe you're thinking you're going to go into that game and actually have a chance of beating Man City. I can't believe that.
Why? Husam just said the same thing and Surfer thinks the same thing.
You've got a terrible manager, like you guys said. You want him out. Amarin's a terrible manager. And then you're not even confident of him this season, and then you're expecting him to go there and win.
No, hold on. You're mixing too many things together. Two things can be right at the same time. I already spoke about Amarim and my lack of confidence in him. Let's not pretend that bad teams and bad managers don't go into games and win. It just happens. Let's not pretend that doesn't happen.
The reason why I don't think you scraped to win against Burnley, you couldn't beat Fulham, you lost against Grimsby, and I'm going to that with that kind of evidence. I'm going to that game against Man City with the players with the attacking quality they've got. You conceded 2 goals against Burnley with individual mistakes. If you make any individual mistakes that you probably highly will make, where your goalkeeper will make a mistake, or your backline will make a mistake, or Casemiro will make a mistake, Man City will be clinical enough to score on them chances. So that's what I see it. Because of the individual mistakes that your players are capable of against Man City.
How about City's individual mistakes? I just feel like you're just ignoring everything City are bad at. Because you are using... Basically, this is what you've done so far, Dawood. You used everything that City's been bad at, and you said this is the reason they're going to be good because they can't be bad again. But then you're saying United have been bad, so they're going to be bad again. Why is the logic different with the team?
Okay, and you've also lost your best player in Cunha.
I mean, he probably could play. I don't even know. It's not guaranteed yet.
That's a hamstring. You can't come back within 2 weeks for a hamstring like that. That's highly unlikely. If you've lost your key player in Cunha with a player that can link between your midfield and your attackers, there's no way you're going to win that game. If you're going to play Mason Mount, Xerxes, and Mbeumo, and you've got Casemiro and Bruno, there's no way you're going to win. I'm putting my head on the line.
I can't believe you're saying there's no way I can win. Like I'm playing Prime City. I feel like you think Kevin De Bruyne is going to lace up on Sunday. You think David Silva's there. I think that's the team that you're talking about.
I can't wait.
Surely we're not talking about the same teams.
I can't wait to when Man
City. Okay, guys.
I'm coming back.
We could lose, but here's what's gonna happen, Dawood. We're probably gonna be here next week. Let's say United lose the game. You're like, remember I told you we're gonna lose. I'm saying United could lose. The issue is you're the only one on the panel here who kind of is dismissing that there's any potential of City losing this game. We were talking about there's plausible scenarios that both teams can win. Yes, City still have a lot more strengths than United, but City are very, very capable of losing a game, and we've been seeing it. You're just talking about it like it's not a possibility. You're talking about it like it's a 0% chance. That is the difference between us.
If it was at Old Trafford, I'd give you a bit of a chance. But Etihad, I'm sorry.
But I just told you we won last season. Etihad, we were worse last season. We won, and you just ignored that.
If United lose 1-0, then Dawood is not right. In one of the FA regulation, they said that the club should not deal with unauthorized agents, but that does not connect with the incomplete historical transaction, isn't it? This is where it suspects me. Yeah, but they already snitched on themselves. And according to Sky Cave, like this is like more at the end than at the start. So we shall see. We shall see. Time will tell, my guys. I agree with Dawood. This United hype, Amarim record versus top 6 is diabolical, and City are still a top 4 side. Your XG hype was Burnley tax. We'll get some too.
It's literally everything I just said. I said most of our XG was Burnley. I said Amarim hype. Everything that he just said.
Another thing, you haven't won back-to-back games with Amarim.
So you probably should have started your super chat with "I agree" with Staffy.
That's why I'm
you know what I just did?
That's why I'm giving you no
Chelsea. No, hold on. I did a Chelsea server. I just self-snitched. I said everything that's bad with United. Then Blaze sends a super chat saying everything I just said. But now because it's coming from Blaze, who's a Chelsea fan, it sounds like he cooked. I just said that.
But that's one of the other reasons why you got 0% chance of winning. You haven't won back-to-back games. I'm sorry,
0%.
you can't win.
I don't think anyone ever goes into football game realistically with a 0%.
Oh yeah,
bro.
obviously, yeah.
Grimsby beat us, and you guys would have all said they had a 0% chance. So let's be honest here. No one actually goes into a game with a 0% chance. My only issue with Dawood is like I feel Dawood was just glazing City too much. Any team, this is not, by the way, just me doing United props. Wallahi, any team that plays City tomorrow, I would say, you know what? There's probably a chance for that team to win, and I'll state the reasons about City. I don't like Dawood talking about them like they're Centurion City, like the Treble City. Like I'm about to see Mahrez, KDB, and David Silva line up against me. That's not the players. I'm seeing Doku, brother. Let's be honest here. Like I'm seeing there's a lot of mid players in that team. I'm seeing John Stones in 2025. To you to pretend that we can't bully a back line that has Matheus Nunes in it and John Stones in it. Like, come on, brother, what are we doing here? Like, LB doesn't even trust that what's his name? Ruben Diaz is gonna start in that game. That's a very bad back line, bro. Very bad back line. Come on, what are we doing here?
If I'm you, I'll just get ready for a pepper ring. I'd get ready for a.
That's the only thing I told you. Listen, I'll tell you this, Dawood.
Okay,
the
Dawood,
one bet I have with you.
And United lose only 1-0. You won't say.
Wait, I have one bet with Dawood.
No. I said they've got 0% chance of winning. I didn't say they've got a 0% chance of not losing more than 1-0. Losing guaranteed. The score, okay, I'm not sure. I'm saying 3-0. My score is 3-0.
Okay, so I'll tell you this, Dawood. This is my only bet with you. I will come here next week. And I will tell you this, if we get peppered, which is 3 goals or more, that's the only time I'm going to be like, you know what? You got it right. Because that's the only scenario that I'm telling you is going to happen. Can United lose? Sure. Can United draw? Sure. Can United win? Sure. But the one thing I promise you won't happen, United will not get peppered. And that's fine. That's the only thing I'm betting.
Clip that. He said guarantee United will not get peppered.
No problem.
I cannot wait when you guys get peppered then.
That's fine. That's fine. And if it happens, we'll talk about it next week. I just don't think that's the only plausible scenario that it's not going to happen to me, in my opinion.
We've just set up the show next week for a banger potentially. You get me? So big up to all of you guys. Hit the like button.
And if United win, I think they would apologize to all of us.
Yes,
100%.
And we're back next week, inshallah, for the 2 p.m. time slot. This week only was
2:30 was good. I got an extra 30 minutes of sleep.
يا عمي خلاص انت 1:30 2:30 3 4 بدنا نايمك 15 ساعة خلص بكفيك اصحى حبيبي. Anyway, big up to all of you guys. Make sure guys are liking, subscribing on our way out. We're closing in on 400 likes. Let's get there. Love every single one of you guys. Big up to everyone who's shown us love and support. I'm most likely not going to be back tonight, but yeah,
I will be back tonight, midnight time, UK, 7 p.m. Eastern, American Waffle predictions show. Show up then. We'll see you guys then.
Gonna redirect you guys over to Potsy's channel. Go tell him Husam raid in the chat. And yeah, I'm gonna see you guys later, man. Peace out.
John.